This small LEGO Polybag looks pretty simple, but inside there's one interesting detail, a new version of the Batman minifigure. And for collectors, this might actually be one of the cheapest ways to get the updated Batman design in 2026. And before we get into the set, let me ask you a quick question. Do you actually like these small LEGO Polybags, or do you usually skip them? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy LEGO superhero content like this, consider subscribing to the channel, Superhero Bricks. So today, we're taking a look at LEGO Batman Polybag 30726 and comparing the new Batman minifigure to an older version. In this set, LEGO slightly updated Batman's design. And when you compare this version with one from around 2015, the difference becomes pretty noticeable. Over the years, LEGO has released many different Batman minifigures, but even small design changes can matter a lot to collectors. But I'm curious, which version of LEGO Batman do you prefer? The older, classic designs, or the more modern ones, like this? So let's take a closer look at the set and see what actually changed. So this is LEGO set 30726, the Batman Polybag. It released in 2026 and includes around 40 pieces. Officially, it's recommended for ages 7 and up, but like most polybags, it's probably more interesting for minifigure collectors. The price is usually around $5, and for such a small set, there's a nice bonus here. 2 minifigures. Inside the polybag, you get Bruce Wayne in a regular suit and Batman in his costume. So technically, you're getting 2 versions of the same character in one small set. The build itself is very simple, which is exactly what you would expect from a polybag set like this. The whole thing only takes about a minute to put together, and there aren't any complicated building techniques involved. Most of the pieces come together to form a small display area for the characters. There's a tiny computer console, a small wall section, and a spot where the Batman suit can be placed on display. You also get a few small details like a control panel and a place to store Batman's Batarang. So the build is definitely quick and simple, but it still creates a small scene that works nicely for displaying the minifigures. A few extra pieces just create a small display area where you can place the characters. Let's start with Bruce Wayne. This is the civilian version of the character, a classic suit with a fairly neutral facial expression. Nothing too complex, but it works well for Gotham-style scenes and adds a bit of variety to the set. Now let's move to the main minifigure of the set, Batman. This version uses a rubber cape, which looks a bit more realistic compared to the classic fabric cape. The torso printing is also more detailed, with more armor textures and suit details. But the most interesting change here is actually the Batman cowl. And this is where things get interesting. If we look at a Batman minifigure from around 2015, LEGO used a slightly different approach. On the older version, the head had both Bruce Wayne's face and Batman's white eyes printed on it. So when you remove the cowl, Bruce Wayne still had those white Batman eyes, which always looked a little strange. In the new version, LEGO solved this in a much simpler way. Now, the white eyes are printed directly on the cowl. That means you can place almost any head underneath it, and the figure will still look like Batman. It's a small change, but from a design perspective, it actually makes a lot more sense. So let's quickly summarize. Pros: 2 minifigures in one polybag, updated Batman design, rubber cape, improved cowl design. Cons: almost no actual build, very small display area. But for a polybag, this is pretty typical, and most people will probably buy this set mainly for the minifigure. Overall, LEGO Batman Polybag 30726 is a very simple set, but the updated Batman design makes it pretty interesting for collectors, and for such a small release, it's actually a nice way to add another version of Batman to your collection. And now I'm curious, would you buy this polybag mainly for the Batman minifigure, or would you skip it? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Superhero Bricks for more LEGO superhero reviews.